It's that time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Spider to the well. And I'm back with another in your face, slap you in your mouth, call your mama a tramp, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This straight up for all them cats that just don't give up. Just joking. This video. But this video, as y'all already know, I do this every Wednesday. Have you ever? And today, have you ever worked a job that you working it, but you feel like you're not really working? You know what I'm saying? So have you ever worked a job that was so easy that it's like you're not really working? You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I mean is, like today, I worked a job. Well, I worked my regular job, like I always do, and it's super easy. And it's to the point where when I get done, I don't have anything to do. So what we have to do is basically sit back, relax, or do some kind of work. Basically look like you're busy. You know what I'm saying? So but it's getting to the point, everything be so clean, how can't you look like you're busy? You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's just how jobs are. You know what I mean? So have y'all ever did that, worked a job where you felt like you weren't really doing no work? Like take for instance, a long time ago, I said I was in my late 20s, early 30s. So, well, late 20s, yeah, late 20s. I had two kids at the time, and I had to work doing security. Now, at the time, I didn't have no car, so I was on public transportation, which is in Chicago, CTA. That's the Chicago Transit Authority. That's where I was working. Not working there, but I had to catch that to get to work. So it's either the bus or the train. Taking either one. So I'm there. I'm chilling. I'm doing what I got to do to get to work. You know what I'm saying? So that means I got to leave out super early, and that's what I got to do so I can get to that job on time. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't trying to get to work late. So I was the type of person I'm always, if not an hour early, 30 minutes early. Sometimes a little bit earlier than that. That's just me. That's just my mind state. Now I'm older. I still do the same thing. Because when I worked at Florida City Furniture, now that job is different. That job paid way more money. And when you get paid way more money, you have to work harder for the money. You see what I'm saying? So that's like doing this right here. I got to work super hard just to even get views so I can rise up here. You know what I'm saying? So working hard on here, I don't mind because you ain't doing nothing but picking up your phone camera or any camera that you got doing videos. That's all you doing. So something like that I can do. That's not a problem. I don't mind that type of work. You know what I'm saying? But if I have to work hard and you paying me peanuts, that's a whole bit ball game. That means I'm not finna work for your company. I pretty much quit. I'm gonna walk away. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That's just how the ball rolls. You know what I'm saying? That's job. That's job play. You know what I'm saying? So when you work in jobs and you got you're not really working, like say office people. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the office, you working a job I've been there too, a lot of day office work. You just sitting there, typing on the computer all day. Like when I was doing real estate, I'm sitting there looking at houses. That's some boring stuff, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that exciting about it. The excitement don't come until you cold call these people or massive texting, you know what I'm saying? When you send massive text out, and then some people respond, some people don't. That's when it get exciting because now you're exciting. You're excited to do this, and then you're excited to get this deal closed. And you don't get a deal closed until you get that seller under contract as well as that buyer, so you can make the sale. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you get your commission. That's real estate stuff. I know all about that. You know what I mean? So that's a job where you working, but you're not really working. You know, like me, I wholesale houses. So in this state that I'm in right now, I only can do one a year. So looking for houses there in this city, not the state, the city that I'm in. That's gonna be a difficult task. And the reason why is there's too many realtors out here, and they're not gonna work with a wholesaler. You know what I'm saying? But the ones in Chicago, a different ball game. So I can work with them. It's all good. But the ones here, they ain't gonna work with you because you a wholesaler. You know more. They went to school for the stuff. But trust me, you know more than they know. There's some stuff that they don't even know about that they be missing and don't know how to do contracts. Some don't know how to get contracts. Some don't get high contracts. It's not your house. That house ain't gonna sell because it's too high. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that when I did the security work, I basically sat down, had people sign in. Then when it's late at night, if I'm working overnight security, I ain't doing nothing. You basically chilling. You know what I'm saying? If you got a computer, you bring your computer, your laptop. You can bring your video game and play a game all day. That's all you're doing. So that's pretty much like what goes on with something like that. So that's just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a job that don't really pay that much. Like I said, the jobs that pay a lot, you got to work hard to make that money. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do everything. Like there's no downtime with a job like that. City furniture never had downtime. I was always picking up furniture, driving to the next location, calling the customer, building beds, building dressers, building everything basically. Because we had to build most of the stuff. Even putting couches together, like we had to put that stuff together fresh out the box, build it in the customer house. We couldn't build it in the shop. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It was a fun job. I just had to let it go because I moved back to Illinois. Do I miss it? Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I love driving that truck. I just didn't like doing certain things when we got back from the shop because we already tired. And then they want us to put furniture away and it was too much, you know what I'm saying? So anybody can walk away. A lot of people did. They lost a lot of people. And they gained some more people that don't know about the job, but once they learn, they probably lost them too. That just is what it is. Florida a pretty big state, so they always pick up workers. Like they'll never stop hiring at that place. So they always hiring. They got sales rep jobs. If you want to be a sales rep, that's cool. If you want to be a supervisor, you might get hired with that. Anything, you know what I'm saying? So that's a job that I kind of miss because I like doing it, but I don't miss doing that hard work, picking up heavy couches. Some of these couches weigh 500 pounds. I don't weigh 500 pounds. I weigh 175. That's it. I probably weigh a little bit more than that now. but that's it, 175. So something like that, a heavy couch like that, like real leather couches, are heavy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like picking that stuff up. And then if you got a partner that's not really trying to work, you're gonna have a problem all day. So it's that stuff like that. A job like that, you need a great partner that knows how to pick up that furniture. He ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He want to make this money. He ready to go. You don't need no partners that's doing bogus stuff out of work with someone else. Do bogus stuff behind the scenes, on the scene. I can't work with no partners like that because that's bad business. You know what I'm saying? So having partners like that, not a good idea. Let's just make this short. I had a partner like that. He was working with me for the day, for that one day. I basically told this lady, the lady was pregnant, that she had to come downstairs, get her own chairs, and if we brought her upstairs, she had to pay us $20. That wasn't cool, you know what I'm saying? That right there wasn't cool with me. He didn't last that long at the company, so he was listening to other people and what they was doing, and I had to tell him that wasn't right when you did that with that lady, and I ain't like it. I was the senior driver, so it was a rule that we had to follow. No, we can't take this upstairs, but she had to come down and get it. But her mom came, and there was a lot of chairs, and her mom took the chairs on upstairs. Now, I want to go ask for no money to take them chairs upstairs. I think that was our last stop, too. So I ain't mind taking them chairs up. I would have did. You know what I'm saying? But we weren't allowed to. So that's just rules that you have to follow. She had to come down and get them. Simple as that. But even though she was pregnant, I wouldn't have charged her no money to come get those chairs. I would have put it on the elevator for her and waited till she come get the rest of the chairs and just kept loading them up on the elevator and whatever, and that's it. But doing stuff that old boy was doing, that wasn't cool right there. Wasn't cool at all, but it is what it is. That's his thing. He didn't last long. He ended up getting fired because of that reason. A lot of them got fired because of that, what they was doing. It was basically stealing from the customer because that's what you know. Like if you tell them you could come make a bed or build a bed off company hours, which a lot of them was doing. They was making a killing off these customers. They was making about $100, $500 a day finessing customers. You know what I'm saying? So it's a finesse game that they was doing, but they all got fired. They was being watched anyway because the customer pretty much told on them. So you go get got. So don't do stupid stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that was just all bad with that company. You know what I'm saying? But security guard company, they only got fired from one. The rest of them, I just walked away. I got fired for one, and they fired me for doing this right here. And I see him leaning on this wall. I was leaning on a door at that place because my back was killing me. And the supervisor got mad and said, "Well, why you leaning on the door? I told you not to let people in this door. They tell me they've been coming through that door, and you talking about now they can't come through the door. Something ain't right." You know what I'm saying? It's just like you hired me and put me in this little spot. You created a spot to put me at, knowing that these people come through the door. Some of these people had keys to open the door. How am I supposed to tell you not to come through? You got a key to the door. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So some of these security companies need to know what they're doing as well, and they don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't. They don't know the job. They just because they was an ex-cop. I know how to do security. That's a whole different thing. That's not the same. You was an ex-cop. That don't mean you know how to do security. You know how to shoot somebody for no reason. That's what you know how to do. You know how to harass a person for no reason. That's not security. Security is not that. That's not the same thing. Security is to protect the building. You're not really protecting no one unless they hire you as your private security guard or something. But you're protecting the building that you're in. That's it. So you inside that building, you might be an unarmed officer. Who you gonna protect? You know what I'm saying? But you gonna flash a light on and say, I see you. What you doing in there? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool neither. So a lot of these companies out here are scared to give people that gun when they need that gun. Trust me, I have to work plenty of places where you need that gun. You see what I'm saying? They need to put me in project buildings, even in my own project building that I was born and raised at. That was my first security job in one of them buildings. My first job. I got into it with the supervisor. Supervisor got out of pocket with me. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, you need to stay at your place, partner. He gonna tell me, man, you need to stay at your place because you down here sleeping on the job. I said, no, you ain't talking. You were just knocked out a few minutes ago. See what I'm saying? So don't come at me when you was doing the same thing. You see what I'm saying? And he was a supervisor getting out of pocket. Because I put him back in his place real quick. Then I had another supervisor. I was going to school at the time. And he told me, instead of going to school, you need to turn back around right now and go back to that building. I'm going to dock your pay. You might as well dock my pay because I'm going to this school. Simple as that. I chose my education over your whack job because this job is trash. I'd rather make 10 times more money than get my education, which I got right now, bachelor's degree. And I'm finna put that to use because I'm tired of doing what I'm doing right now. So I'm finna get on my ink, you know what I mean? So I'm finna get big. But that's just how it is. When y'all out there working, doing something like this, just let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up in the comment, let me know. Have you ever did jobs like this where you work, but it feel like you really not working? Jobs like they easy, but sometimes they get frustrating and you still don't want to be there. Like this job now, it's easy. Do I want to stay here? Nope. I'd rather do YouTube all day. I'd rather do this job all day long. Like get up, take a shower or a bath, and pick this camera up, get on here, stay on here, do about 4 or 5 videos in one day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'd rather do. You know what I mean? So that's just it. You know what I'm saying? This for all y'all out there that's that's loving my Have You Ever. I'm making this, I'm trying to make this a trend, so I'm doing that every Wednesday. So y'all just hop in, hit that like and subscribe button. You can share it if you like. And subscribe if you really want to see these. If you want to see more, or if you want me to change up something and do different, have you ever did this and did that? Because I'm just doing have you ever anything. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can tune in on my next Wednesday when I do another have you ever. Because I'm going to continue this trend and keep it moving, keep it popping, and keep things rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing these 20-minute joints, and I'm about to start not doing 20 minutes. I'm going to start lowering this down to probably about 10, maybe 11. So these videos are going to be a little faster instead of the 20-minute long ones. So I'm going to cut this one short too. So with that being said, I'm going to let y'all to the next one.
Okay. Let me see.